You want 4 even pieces of metal to make a candy cane. So I'm just going to put them in here. I don't know how long they are. I'm measuring them off this piece that's already cut. Make that happen. I found that the best way to tack weld 4 pieces of metal together is to tack 2 together and then tack the other 2 together and then put those 2 sets of 2 and make it one group of 4 pieces. So we'll start with this pair here. Part of the reason I like welding in this vise, I can put my clamp there and everything that it's touching will work. Once I have these welded, you can see the welds are on one side, the other side is flat. Take the flat ends and put them together, and now you have your stack of 4. I'm just squeezing them here to make sure that they stay in place, and I'm going to weld them on the top. It's important to note these are tack welds, they're not structural welds. If they're not incredibly clean, or if you have things that are not put together, that's alright. It just needs to hold it together long enough for you to start to twist. Since this is so long, it can be hard to heat the entire thing evenly. And that's okay, we can do it in 2 heats. Grab where it's hot. Just start twisting that. Since we're making a candy cane, I think that is pretty good looking. So let's heat the other half and finish it up. Now just to clean it up, we'll heat it again. And get that part also twisted so that we have the same twist, nice and uniform, whole length. Alright, last twist on this thing. Just make sure that you continue to turn in the same direction. If you have to look at it, it'll be pretty obvious if you're twisting in the opposite direction. And since we're already hot here, we can just make this into the top of our candy cane. Bend it on over. Just a little bit more heat on this thing. We'll finish it up at the anvil. To finish the candy cane off, we just need to refine that shape a little bit here. We want to be really, really gentle, or else we'll mess up our wrap. And then that's it. Finish this candy cane out. Just gently sanding it. And then I'm going to heat it. You can see already getting that color differentiation there. And the last step is to heat it and dip it in the wax. If you use beeswax, you want to make sure that your piece is warm. I usually do this after forging, but I wanted to sand that down, so I let it cool. You want it to be warm enough to melt the beeswax, but not so hot that it smokes. Start smoking, just give it a minute. Or if you're doing it the way I am by hand here, if it starts to feel warm on your hand, you're probably hot enough. I don't want to start making tempering colors here. I'm just trying to heat it up enough that it'll melt the beeswax. And the reason I use beeswax is it's easy to get and it's easy to work with. Once it's hot enough to melt the beeswax, just dip it in there and get it moving around a little bit. Then use a brush to work it on there. And once it's done, that is ready to hang on a Christmas tree.